Hey, what's going on everyone? Julian here, and welcome to the first episode of Tutorial Tuesday, a new series I'm doing in which I show you how to do cool things with your computer. This first episode will teach you how to code in Small Basic, an adapted version of Microsoft's Basic language. You can download the program I'm using in the description of this video. So, the first thing we want to do is we want to actually download the program. Just download it from the description and install it, then run it. Should be pretty simple. But, yeah. So, the first thing we want to do is go to the top left and hit New. That'll make a new program. I already clicked that, so I'm just going to leave this. But, I'm going to make this font size big so you can actually see it. So, today we're going to be writing a Hello World program in Small Basic. It's pretty simple, it's just one line of code. If you don't know, Hello World is a simple programming example in which you write the phrase Hello World to like a command prompt. You can draw it on a screen inside a circle. Like basically, it's just a way to test like printing things or whatever. It's pretty simple. So, the first thing we want to do is write text with a capital T, window, capital W, dot, write, capital W, line, capital L, open parentheses, then quotation mark, hello world, then parentheses, and quotation mark, then parentheses. Let me just make sure this is actually visible for you. Yeah, alright, sweet. So then, if we save this with Control S, we're going to call it hello world. Yeah, so now if we hit run, we'll see, it'll say, hello world, press any key to continue. Hold on a second, I don't think you can see that, so let me, hold on. Properties, large font, there. Hopefully you guys can see this. Let me just check. Yeah. Alright, sorry about that. So now, if we run this, it'll say hello world and prompt you for any key. So that's cool, but what if we want to make it say hello, your name? So what you could do is write hello and your name, but that'll work, but that's not what we need. So first of all, we're going to teach you guys how to use variables. A variable is simply a way of storing data inside your program. In this case, we're going to store the name. So type in name, or whatever you want to call it. If you want to call it dishwasher, write dishwasher, equals, quotation marks, quotation marks, Julian, quotation marks. Now what we can do is we can edit this to say hello, space, because that's not included up here. And then we're going to write plus name. And you can see it automatically completes it for us. Then if we hit run, it'll say hello Julian. Now, say you wanted excuse me. Say you wanted to place an exclamation point at the end of this. How would you do that? Well, if you think you know how, try it and pause the video, but I'm just going to show you. So you hit plus, just do a quotation mark, exclamation point, quotation mark. Then, if you run this, it'll say hello Julian, and then have that. Now, say we want to prompt you for a name. Like say, what is your name? So to do this, we can make a new line, type in text window, dot write line, then we're going to put, what is your name? Now, we're going to actually get whatever the user types in. So to do this, it is text window, dot read. You can see this reads a line of text from the text window. This function will not return until the user hits enter. And then we're going to add a parenthesis and close it. It'll say, what is your name? Julian. Hello Julian. And that's all there is to it. You could say like, what is your name? Anthony. Hello Anthony. So, yeah, that's how that works. Now we're going to make a program a little more complicated that uses multiplication tables. To do this, hit new. Don't forget to save. We're going to save this as tables. Yes, alright. To do this, first we're going to write just a label to show people what this program is. Text window dot write line multiplication tables. Next, we're going to write 4 with a capital F. We're going to write I equals 1 to 10. What this will do is it'll loop through whatever's in between 4 and N4, which we're going to add. It's going to add 1 to I each time until it gets to 10. So it'll repeat whatever is inside this 10 times. Now, we're going to write text window, capital T, capital W, dot write, parentheses, I, asterisk, 4. And parentheses, then we're going to type N4. So then anything inside these 2, 3, and 5 lines of code will be executed 10 times. So now if we run this, you can see it'll spit out this really long number. Those technically are the multiples of 4. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, or whatever that says, like 40. But we want it to be more readable. To do this, we can also write text window dot write. Now we're going to use quotation marks this time because we're not using numbers. And I believe it's called the pipe key. I'm not sure. It's the little line above the enter key, at least on my keyboard. But it looks like that. Then just end quotation marks in parentheses. Now, when we run this, this looks a lot better. By the way, you can't actually see this. Hold up. Sorry. Oh crap. Sorry if you couldn't see it before. I just realized this now. But you should be following along. So yeah. It'll say multiplication tables. And then it'll say press any key to continue. Now, say we want to get the multiplication tables up to 12. Well, if it runs this 10 times, we can hit to 12. And this will do is it'll multiply up to the 12th multiple of 4. So, which is 48. So that's cool. Let's say we want to make it ask for a multiple. Like, to get a multiple of something that's not 4. So to do this, first we're going to write text window dot write line what number should I find the multiples of? Don't forget to end it like that. Now we're gonna write number equals text window of capital key T capital W dot read number. This will read a number, not words, which is what we want. Then we're gonna open parentheses and close them. So what this will do is it'll just get any number, but it'll still show the multiples of 4. So how can we fix this? Well, it's pretty simple. We just need to replace this 4 with the word number, since we're defining it there. Now if we hit run, say we want to find the multiples of 5. So then we'll write 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, all the way up to 12. Say we want to do 1, it'll just find the multiples of 1. Now say we want to see how far it should go. The default should be 12, but write line, how far should I find them to? Now we're going to write length equals text window dot read number, just like we had before. So then we're going to write to length. So say we wanted to find the multiples of 5 up to 100, or let's do 20 first. So then it'll do all the way up to 20 times 5, which is 100. Say we want to do up to 100. I think this might go off the screen, but let's see. No, it won't. So it'll go up to 500. Say we want to make it up to 50,000. It'll display all of the multiples until we get to 50,000, which is going to take forever, but turns out that it is 250,000. So yeah, that's the simple multiplication table finder. Now, just one thing that I would personally do. So notice if we just do like 4 and 12, like we had before, notice there's no line in front of 4. So to do this is a simple fix. Just write text window dot write, and then there. Then we can see it starts with 1 and 4. That's just a preference. I like to have it like that. Now we're going to write a message when this is done. So we're going to write "there you go" at the end. So to do this, as you may recall, text window dot write. Here's your multiples. I don't know. Please use me again. Then hit run. 5, 12. Here's your multiples. Please use me again. Now, notice that's on the same line. If we want to fix this, we have to do right line. 5, 12. Hold up. Text window dot right line. I don't know. There's a thing you can play around with. So yeah, you could try doing a simple calculator, which instead of looping through, you only multiply it one time. I'm going to teach you how to convert this. Pause the video if you want to try it on your own. But we're going to hit new. We're going to make this big so you guys can actually see it. We're going to zoom in. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is we open a right line. Simple calculator. Simple multiplier. That's all we'll be doing. Then you can even put your own mark on things and write by your name. So then if we run this, we're going to call this multiply. If we run this, it'll say simple multiplier by Julian Drake. We're going to make this bigger so you can see, don't worry. So there we go. Now we're going to make it ask for we're going to make it prompt you for number 1. Number 1. This will be the first number you multiply. We're going to write number 1 equals text window dot read number parenthesis. Then we're going to write text window dot write line number 2. Number 2 equals text window dot read number. Now we're gonna say your answer is, so to do this, text window dot write line, your answer is. Now before we show the answer, we want to actually find the answer. So answer equals number 1 times number 2. Not too complicated. For time, that's not too complicated. For times, don't forget we use asterisk. Answer equals number 1 times number 2. Now we're going to go back to here and write text window dot write line answer, not in quotation marks. So then if we hit run, say we want to do 5 times 4, which is 20. 5, 4. Your answer is 20. You can do obviously that's simple mental math for most people, but say you wanted to do like this times this. It'll actually find your answer. The limit on this is basically the limit on your computer. If we do this times this, your answer is 0. I guess there's some overflow thing, so maybe that won't work. But yeah, it's pretty simple. You can also multiply by negative numbers, I believe. So say we want to do 5 times negative 4, which is negative 20. Yep, you can do that too. So there's a simple multiplication program. Thanks for watching. If you want more Tutorial Tuesdays on Small Basic, just leave a comment. I'll find some things for us to do, and we can do them. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.